Imagine being the most powerful being in existence and still being told no. Now imagine that the one who rejected you holds the very thing you crave, something you'll never possess no matter how deep you reach or how far you fall. That's the story behind Melkor and Varda. This isn't just a tale of cosmic rivalry or good versus evil. It's about what happens when the hunger for creation meets a power that can't be tricked, bullied, or corrupted, a power wrapped not in might, but in light. Today, we're unpacking what may be one of the deepest emotional and metaphysical fractures in Tolkien's legendarium. Why Melkor, the mightiest of the Ainu, didn't just dislike Varda, he feared her above all others. Thanks for tuning in. So, let's start with the basics laid out in the Silmarillion. In the Valaquenta section, Tolkien tells us plainly, Melkor feared and hated Varda the most out of all the Valar. Why? That line, simple as it is, holds layers of meaning we often gloss over. Sure, Varda is powerful. She is, after all, the queen of the stars, kindred to the mightiest, but Melkor clashed with all the Valar. He fought forests with Yavanna, defied the sea with Ulmo, and tried to outthink Manwë. So what makes Varda stand apart? Well, for one, she saw into Melkor's mind and rejected him before the world was made. That's from the same passage. Even before the music of the Ainur, the cosmic symphony that birthed creation, Varda looked at Melkor, saw what stirred behind the ambition and the beauty, and turned away. Now let's pause here. This isn't just a dramatic breakup. It's more like Melkor trying to access the source code of reality, and the only firewall that stood in his way was her. That moment of rejection is like a mythic echo, because Varda isn't just any Vala. She's the one most closely tied to light, and light, in Tolkien's universe, is not just illumination, it's symbolic of Eru's own creative authority. We're told, in light is her power and her joy. The light of Iluvatar lives still in her face, the Silmarillion, Valaquenta. That's not poetic flattery. That's a metaphysical statement. The light she bears is Eru's. She doesn't just reflect it, she embodies it. And that brings us to Melkor's original sin. Not pride or rage, but jealousy of the power to create. In the Ainulindala, Tolkien writes, "He had gone often alone into the void places seeking the imperishable flame, for desire grew hot within him to bring into being things of his own." There it is. Melkor wanted what only Eru had, the flame imperishable, the secret fire, the breath of true creation. But, as Iluvatar makes clear, he found not the fire, for it is with Iluvatar. So Melkor is denied the one thing that matters most, the ability to create life that is truly free, life that doesn't just echo his will. That's why his creations, like orcs, are twisted versions of existing things. He can only distort, not originate. Now, where does Varda come in? Because she is one of the few Ainur who still shines, literally, with Eru's light. She is a living extension of that true flame. Not the flame itself, but close enough that the difference hurts. She's not just a peer Melkor couldn't sway. She's the vessel of the very thing he wanted more than anything else. So when she said no, it wasn't just personal rejection, it was ontological. It closed a door forever. Let's zoom in for a moment on both of them. Melkor is the ultimate tragic figure, not in the sympathetic way, but in the Greek sense. He has all the potential. He could have been the greatest servant of good, but his thirst for dominion poisoned every gift he had. He doesn't hate creation, he wants to own it. Varda, on the other hand, is less showy than Melkor, but possibly more pivotal. She doesn't battle armies or shape continents, but her role is quietly immense. She chooses light, not power. She stands by Manwë, not for conquest, but for harmony. And Tolkien says her light is so pure, even Melkor, call him Morgoth, feared her from the beginning. That fear, it's rooted in recognition. She was untouchable for a reason. Now let's step back and look at the metaphysical map. At the center of all being in Tolkien's world is the Flame Imperishable, the holy spark of creation held by Eru Iluvatar alone. With it, he animates the thoughts of the Ainur into real existence. Melkor's journey into the void places sought that same divine core. But only Eru has it, and only those aligned with Eru's will can participate in its influence. That's crucial. Now Varda, through her light, reflects this sacred flame better than any other Ainu. She takes the light of the two trees, sets it in the stars, and uses it to prepare the world for the awakening of the elves, Iluvatar's firstborn children. That puts her at the celestial intersection of preparation and consecration, light that readies life and blesses it. Meanwhile, Melkor can stomp around, destroying things. But the stars remain untouched, always above, always burning. Small wonder he tried to extinguish them. And of course, who made the stars? Varda. Let's be honest, this theory walks a fine line, doesn't it? We're not saying Melkor had romantic intentions. That's a modern stretch. But if he did hope Varda might share in some creative role with him, ideologically or otherwise, her rejection hits differently. It's not two colleagues falling out. It's more like a fallen angel watching heaven shut the gates behind him. And Varda? She doesn't taunt him. She just glows, which might be worse. And here's another angle. Maybe Melkor didn't fully understand what he was asking for when he sought alliance with Varda. Maybe he saw her as a possible means to bypass Eru. That's kind of a classic fallen archangel mistake, thinking you can game the divine system. Spoiler, you can't. So, let's wrap this up. Melkor didn't hate Varda because she just said no. He hated her because that no meant something much bigger. She turned away from him knowing exactly what he wanted and refused to let him have it, not out of cruelty, but clarity. Her light is neither a weapon nor a shield. It is evidence of Melkor's failure to become a creator. She illuminates Eru's truth that creation isn't taken, it's received. And in rejecting his defiance, Varda didn't just oppose Melkor, she defined his limits. No wonder he feared her most. Do you think this theory holds weight? Could Varda's rejection really be the core trauma that shaped Melkor's spiral into Morgoth? Let's talk about it. Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear what you make of this rejection as condemnation idea. Does it fit with what you've read in the Silmarillion or your sense of Middle-earth theology? Also, if you've got a favorite scene involving Varda or Melkor's manipulations of light, drop that below too. I read every single comment, and some of your best theories just might inspire future episodes. Here's a challenge I want to leave you with. Do you think Melkor ever truly understood what the Flame Imperishable was? Or was he chasing something he could never grasp, mistaking power for creation? Let me know what you think. It's a profound question that cuts to the heart of Tolkien's mythology. Is the desire to dominate always a misunderstanding of true creativity? Thanks for joining me on this exploration of Middle-earth's deepest mysteries. If you enjoyed this theory, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into Tolkien's legendarium. What's your take on Melkor and Varda? Drop your theories in the comments below. I read every single one, and the best ones might inspire future videos. Until next time, may your journey through Middle-earth be filled with wonder and discovery. See you in the next video.